Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you had a good week. We are halfway through this week and it feels like we are rushing through this year. It's actually daytime for once. And it's been a really nice day. It's so sunny, it's so bright, it's a joyful feeling kind of day, you know? So hopefully all of you out there are having a joyful day. Hopefully you're enjoying the sunlight wherever you are. If you're in a place where it's winter, then hopefully you're getting a little bit of light anyway, just to kind of help with the darkness. But I for one am excited about how warm it is and how bright it is. Even though brightness and my eyes don't mix, it feels good. It just feels really nice. So we're gonna get started with your reading for this day. I'm going to be using the Sacred Rebel and the Gilded Tarot to ask for your overall energy from the Sacred Rebel Oracle, and then with the Gilded Tarot, we're gonna look at where you're struggling today, what you need to focus on to overcome the thing you're struggling with, and what outcome you can hope for or expect if you remain on the path that you are currently on right now. If you hear my cat, she's like scratching on one of her scratching boards. She's like really excited because she just had some treats, and she's like, when she has treats, she runs around. It's really cute. You may not think it's cute, but I think it's really cute. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you, of course, always for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate, all the support that we're getting on Facebook and that Maiden Circle is getting, just on the website. And again, if you'd like your own private reading, the website link is in the description. And yeah, I'm around. So let's go ahead and see what your overall energy is for this day. For whoever this reading is meant for today, Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. For whoever this reading is meant to guide and help, please tell us what is their overall energy on this day, Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. From my higher self to theirs, theirs to mine, from the deities that watch over us, the beings, our spirit guides, our ancestors, and all those who wish to guide us to our highest good in love and light. Drop some cards. So I dropped 5 cards, which I always feel is kind of a significant number. So I'm going to pull from these 5 cards and see what is your overall energy for this day. Please and thank you. What is your overall energy for this day, for whoever this reading is meant for, Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. Please and thank you. Dream a beautiful dream. That is your message. The other cards were every journey starts with a single step. You may be having visions of life beyond death, legacy of light, and inner trust. Those are all beautiful as well. But we do have dream a beautiful dream as your overall energy, and this is telling you, if you have something that you're hoping for, if you're feeling like you're just imagining the ideal life for yourself, don't stop yourself. Don't start doubting the possibility of having greatness. Don't start doubting the possibility of living a life that you want to live. If the life you want to live is traveling the world and seeing everything and getting to know new people and just kind of having that wanderlust life, but you don't see how it's possible, let yourself hold on to that dream, because if you're holding on to it, if you really want it, you're going to start to see doorways. You're going to start to see the path towards these things that you want, but that's only if you really believe in that dream. That's only if you really believe in that goal. Then you're going to start seeing opportunities to make it happen, okay? So don't let any of your dreams go. Like I said, if it's something that's about traveling around the world and you're worried about how you're going to afford it, I swear there are so many ways to do it. There really are. There are programs online. There are, study abroad programs at universities. There are, depending on your background, your ethnic history, there are things that allow people to travel without having to spend all their money, without having to go broke. There are people who blog and do, travel photography or travel blogging or travel writing and are traveling as much as they want and it's part of their job. So it is possible to do what you want. It is possible to achieve this dream, but it's up to you to really believe in it. It's up to you to really hold on to it and give it life and, breathe some of your spirit into that dream to bring it into being, okay? So that's your overall energy. And then we are going to look at just about 3 cards. Sometimes there's always an extra. Sometimes there's an extra, but we're going to look at where you may be struggling on this day, what you need to focus on to overcome that struggle, and where you may end up, what outcome you may see, should you remain on your current path. For whoever this reading is meant for this day, Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019, whoever is here to receive this reading, please send us a message and let us know what they may be struggling with today, what they need to focus on to overcome that struggle, and what outcome they may expect should they remain on their current path. For whoever you are, from my higher self to yours, and yours to mine, and through these cards. What may you be struggling with today? Please and thank you. Eight of Pentacles. What do you need to focus on to overcome your struggle? What do you need to focus on to overcome this Eight of Pentacles struggle? Please and thank you. King of Wands. What outcome can you expect should you remain on your current path? What outcome should you expect, or might you expect, should you remain on your current path, current trajectory? Please and thank you. What outcome, please, might they expect? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so where you may be struggling today with this Eight of Coins is either, so I'm seeing a couple of things. So either you're struggling like with trying to figure out financially how you're going to do something, or you're really kind of focused on building your resources, creating some sort of new resource, creating some sort of new just kind of plan or idea or study course, something like that, where you're just so focused on gaining this new information, starting this new path, learning these things in writing, I guess, or in idea, because you're not necessarily active. You're not really at the point where you're ready to act on something, where you're ready to actually take the steps that you're planning out and make it reality. It's still kind of in your head. This message from the Eight of Pentacles is generally it generally says, it's a good idea to gain knowledge, to study, to learn, but be very careful of isolating yourself, because sometimes that the knowledge that you want is not going to be in books. It's not going to be found in isolation. It's going to be found by interacting with others, by going outside, especially on a day like this. If you're in like New York or a similar climate, this is a great day to go outside instead of spending all day in study, which, I mean, that's what I'm gonna do, but this isn't for me. So, I think the message here is you're kind of in a nice place. You're not really struggling that hard. You're really just trying to figure out how you're going to implement some plans, how you're going to, go after some goals, how you are going to expand yourself. Like, you're really just focused on expanding knowledge. But again, because this is in your struggle position, you might be at risk of going too far into that hermit energy, too far away from society, away from people, and that's not what you need to do. You may be struggling because you really, really want to focus on something, and I get that. Everybody, well, not everybody, but lots of people find something that they're super passionate about, and they don't really want to do anything else. They don't want to talk to anybody else or talk about anything else. Lots of us have that kind of obsessive energy sometimes. This being in your struggle position, though, is a warning to be careful that you're not being too obsessive, that you're, again, not isolating yourself or separating yourself from people too much, so much that, you're going to lose people, you're going to lose friends, they're not going to rely on you anymore because you're flaky, whatever. I do it. Lots of people do it. but this is a warning to be careful before it happens. This is a warning to really watch out, and make sure that you are not pulling yourself away from people too soon or too much. Check on your friends, reach out, keep learning what you're learning, keep making these plans, keep studying. There's nothing wrong with being studious. Just, again, don't go too far into that hermit energy. So here's what you need to do to overcome that struggle of getting too close to hermitism, being a hermit. I don't know what the word is to verbalize hermits, but you're getting too close to that isolation energy, that kind of, I just want to focus on my thing and I don't want to think about anything else, and you're in a bubble kind of energy. So with the King of Wands, he's basically telling you to just do it. Like I said at the beginning, with that card, you are not actually acting on these plans. You're just kind of learning, but I think this is telling you that you're ready to actually act. The only reason you're kind of pulling yourself in and holding back and spending so much time studying is because you are afraid. You're not necessarily not ready. You are ready. I think with the King of Wands, he is saying, go for it. He is saying it is time to put some action to your words, put some passion behind your thoughts, and really, really make them physical, make them real, make them life, bring them to life, I should say, breathe life into them. And these and especially because your first card was dream a beautiful dream, I think whatever it is that you're working on here with this Eight of Pentacles, whatever it is that you're learning, it is something that's beautiful, and it's something that connects to your dreams and connects to your goals in life. And you've learned a lot already. You know a lot about it, and that's why we're getting this King of Wands, because he's like, listen, you have been studying, you have been practicing, you have been preparing, you have been, putting yourself in positions to get where you want to be. Now all you really have to do is do it. The only thing that's keeping you from doing it is you're choosing to stay in that study zone, okay? But there is a such thing as being over-prepared. You really need to just go for it. It's not even like the full energy of taking a leap of faith. There's no need to take a leap of faith. Know for sure what your qualifications are. Know that you've done the studying, you've done the work, you've practiced, you've prepared, you are ready. The only thing that you need to do is accept that you're ready and move forward with that energy, like act on it. And then, of course, should you remain on your current trajectory, we have our Seven of Pentacles, which seven is a very lucky number. Like if you think of, I guess Vegas, if you think of like games, 3 sevens is jackpot. Seven is the lucky number, lucky lady seven. So with Seven of Pentacles, I think you're on the right path, even though you're kind of struggling with moving forward. I think especially after seeing the King of Wands, it's less that you're just isolating yourself, and more that you're not allowing yourself to expand and go after this thing that you've been planning and preparing and working for so long. Seven of Pentacles is telling you, you're going to get to a point where you're able to see the results, you're able to see the fruits of your labor. You may want to be careful of anyone or any tendencies of your own to sabotage you, or who wants to sabotage you, or your tendency to self-sabotage. Did I say those words right? Let me rewind. You want to be careful of anyone who wants to sabotage you or take from you, and you also want to be careful of your own your own tendency to self-sabotage. Words. So yeah, I think you're still actually on a pretty good path. You're going to be at a point where you're like ready to actually harvest pretty soon, I think, because this feels fast. This feels like this is something you've worked on for a while, but now it's time to put in the work. And when you put in that work, when you are able to accept that you know what you know and that you're ready, you're going to find abundance. You're going to find like the fruits of your labor will be juicy. They're going to be big. They're not going to fit into your tiny basket. Just be careful again of any predators, any people, any squirrels trying to take from you or trying to take of your abundance without, returning anything, without giving you, who just want to take without any kind of reciprocal energy, without any kind of reciprocal action. So really be careful of that. And again, be careful of your own tendency to take from yourself, to sabotage yourself. But yeah, you're on a pretty good trajectory. Just let yourself know, remind yourself over and over that you're ready. You are ready. You've done so much. You've prepared so much. It's time to get going. Put that King of Wands, put that fiery energy behind your work, and confident. The King of Wands is quite confident. He's not necessarily fully trusting, which I think goes back to this guy too. He's not necessarily trusting of everything around him. He's not necessarily comfortable in what he's doing, but he's confident enough to do it. He's confident enough to say, okay, I gotta rule this way. This is what I gotta do. I'm not necessarily sure 100% if I love everything I'm doing, but I do know that I have to do it, and I do know that I'm going to do it, and I do know that I'm capable of doing it, okay? And that's just the King energy. I do think what you're doing, though, because we have this Eight of Pentacles, is something that you love doing. I do think it's something that's important to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have worked on it so hard. You wouldn't have spent so much time and pulled yourself away from your friends and family and dove so deeply into this work if it wasn't something that mattered to you. And if it matters to you and you've done so much to get yourself ready for it, then stop holding yourself back, because you have such a beautiful outcome here. Yeah, like it's just lovely. I like it. You're lucky. You're facing abundance. There's so much there for you. And I think you might even find that you're able to lead others. I think because I'm seeing these sheep back here, you might find that there will be people who see the results of your labor, who see all these fruits that you've grown, and they're going to say, hey, how'd you do that? Can you please guide us? Can you please help me understand how you were such a success? And you might find that you're in a position of mentor. And like I said, this is going to happen kind of soon. Maybe not today, but pretty soon. It feels fast. So that's it. That's your reading for today, for Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. Thank you 1,000 times for being here. Please know that I appreciate you. I love you. Please come say hi on Facebook. Come post on the Facebook wall. I am soon going to be opening a Facebook group for Maiden Circle, a pagan study group, so that we can learn together and get to know each other on a more personal, deeper level. And it's gonna be very casual. It's not gonna be like the academy, which is a very kind of curricula thingy. It's very strict. The Facebook group is just gonna be a group of pagans who want to talk about pagan things. It's not gonna be like, a meme group or a group with just random things. It's gonna be pretty directed, but still relatively casual compared to the academy. So look out for that in the coming days. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember always that I love you. Bye.